What's up, everybody? Pork Chop here. Y'all know I took it shut off my Facebook. Shut off everything. So I kind of this is the new platform for making videos and stuff. Y'all know I like to talk while I cook food. I got some sirloin steak, ground sirloin steak. I'm gonna make a steak burger. You know, like a hamburger, a steak burger tonight. Uh, and I'm also gonna make a cake. I'm gonna make some pasta with broccoli and get that going. Pasta with some broccoli in it. With it, just kind of good old meal, probably with a salad. And I'm gonna make old cake. And I'm gonna make old cake too, cause look, I gotta have some. Fat boy gotta have some sweets, and that's too expensive at the store to just get. So I'm gonna maybe a cake night alongside all the rest of this. Cause Fat boy gotta eat. Y'all already know it. Y'all, one of the big reasons I took and did away with Facebook and everything, because I was instead of these videos being about addiction and the Lord, overcoming addiction and the Lord, I was more talking about myself and the things I was going through in the world. I know God was a lot to do with all of them, but He didn't. It was taken away from what my direction is, what I really want to share, and really how I want to share it. You know, yeah, I got my Trump hat on. It's kind of let me light the stove and you know, everything in a camper you got to light. You know, just to get to. Uh-oh. Yeah, there ain't no pilot lights in the stove, so you gotta light everything, cause you know it don't stay burning. It'll probably burn the place down. So forgive me for just a minute, y'all. Get this old stove going where I can get my cake in there. Okay. Got her all fired up there. We'll get her fired up. Get her warm. Yeah, so y'all, back to, so I didn't want to, I believed I was taken away from my videos and my main point about addiction, because addiction is one of the things that I want to help folks overcome. Like, yes, I want to bring everybody to the Lord. But my knowledge is more greater with addiction and try to get it out of you, and the end result being the Lord. So that's what I'm trying to focus more on. I don't know how good these videos are. The devil seems to be fighting me a lot on trying to go back to my account I set up on YouTube with these videos. So I may just have to create a new account tonight. I've not been I've been kind of sorry. I've been kind of just a little bit I had to go through some things And I say that because I had to go through some things about getting rid of all this, and about where I wanted to go in the future, and what I wanted to do in the future. Uh, and that's just one of the big things. We're I know what my past life gave me with all these years of addiction. Uh, I know what it gave me, and I know what it created. I know where I ended up. Uh, Not too good. Prison, rehabs, uh, and now to you can decide if you want to get off drugs. You can decide you want to make a whole new uh, uh, future for yourself, so to speak, so to say. But one of the big things about all this is your future. You have to change everything about your past to grow to a future for the Lord, or just survive in the future. You have to change everything about your past. And let me share with you about where that gets kind of complicated. When I say everything, I know in a lot of rehabs and a lot of things you've heard the saying that you people, places, and things. You got to change all that. People, places, and things. Well, changing people, places, and things is kind of a tough situation, because see, to change all them things, and if you think you can hold on to some of them, you really can't. Because changing people, places, and things, that's everything. That's everything you're doing. So what it's saying is you have to let go of everything through the past to have a future without the drugs, without the things that are attached to you. Because see, when you start getting addiction, leaving addiction through God, you kind of learn a few things. Especially the more you study the Word, the more you study everything's going on, you learn a few things. That old spirits from your past can be attached to you, becoming a demonic force, and causing you the reason that you can't go forward and step out of this turn it down, this funk of addiction that you've been in. See, that's why a lot of people, including myself, I continue to go back. I continue to go back to the lifestyle. I continue to go back to the drugs. I continue to go back to the addiction that I'm so wanting to do away with. It's the addiction that I'm saying all these prayers for. I'm saying all these prayers to relieve me of. But I still talking to the same people. I'm still going around the same friends. It don't matter that I'm not using going around these same friends. What matters is I'm still going around them. See, I still got, you can say you got love for people. You can lead yourself to think many different things on this wavelength, or this acknowledging in your head. But that acknowledging in your head, most of the time is the devil. Big thing about the devil, he don't want you to get clean. He don't want you to get clean, because you might do something good for the Lord or in your life once you get clean. He likes you working for him. He likes you taking this stuff. He likes you not having no control over your life. He likes you being in the chaos and the confusion. Man, he likes that. That's what he does. And see, that's where he wants you. He wants you in that. And see, we don't grasp all that that's happening in our life with this addiction. We don't grasp all that. Well, all we grasp is what we're doing drugs. We don't want to get high no more. We don't want all these things that or we tell we stuff or don't. You know me, most of the time I tell myself all that stuff, but really I want to have a back burner plan to with this. That's just me. I don't know, you may be different. But most of it's drugs is that we like it. You know, we like, it gives us all kinds of chaos. It gives us all kinds of stuff that we say we don't like, but yet we go back to it. And the next thing we'll ask ourselves is, man, why am I keep going back to this? And a lot of it has to do with things that's attached to you. Things that are attached to you that you're not overcoming. See, you go to a rehab, you stay in a rehab for a year. You go to a lot of meetings. You talk about all this in all the meetings. Get up and say you're an addict. Get up and say you're an alcoholic, and you go through all this stuff. But what you're not doing is, see, you're not changing that person. And see, I like to think all these years that I could change this person. I'm strong enough to change it. I'm strong enough to stand on it. But when all reality is I'm not very strong. Because see, drugs is something I love. You know, it's like say that girl that you've been seeing for all these years. That you love. You wholeheartedly down to earth just love. Okay? Well, when y'all say you was to separate because of some craziness, usually some kind of craziness, but when y'all separate, that love that you have for, you know, most people go back 2 or 3 times because they love them so much that they willing to give in this and give in that and do this and do that. But see, that's what's about the drugs. And see, just like the girl that you love so much, and was able to sacrifice everything and give up so much for, that's just like this dope. See, we sacrifice so much to get high. We sacrifice so much to be high. We make all kinds of, we put ourselves through all kinds of crazy stuff just because we get high. We accept things that we wouldn't accept not high. We let people do things to us that we wouldn't let them do not high. See, so we fall into this trap of what we what we got going on. We fall into this. And see, so for able to stay straight and go forward with your life, see, these are some of the things that you have to understand about this addiction. Now, these halfway, some rehabs, they're going to give you all this literature that you got to read and you're supposed to understand, and ways to apply it to your life. And I'm not saying any of this is bad. I'm not saying any of this is bad. But until you go inside you and understand all these things that's happening, all these things that's wrecking your life, you know, you can see the what they call it, the external things. Man, you can see all that. But what about the internal things that goes through your mind? That you're steadily going through inside your mind. See, because our mind's sharp. And our heart's what runs everything. not our mind. Our heart leads our mind to think whatever, and it leads us down the road of the mind, of the heart. But see, once we let and you say, some people will stand up and say, no, the mind runs your life. No, it don't. No, it don't. The things in your heart is what controls all them feelings and emotions and all this stuff. Half a cup of oil and 3 eggs. That's what controls all of it. So until I get in tune with what's inside, I can clean this outside up. Man, I can look pretty. Man, I can put me on some new clothes. Cause I got a job. Doing good. I got money to spend. I got stuff to buy. I want to go buy me some new shoes. I like shoes, y'all. That's forgive me. Go buy me some new shoes, some new Air Max. Give me some designer jeans and a designer sweater. Cause a shirt. I'm doing good. You hear me? Flossing. Say I'm doing good. See, I can clean up the outside. I can clean up the outside. What about the inside? See, that's where all this is taking place. That's where all these desires and that's where all this stuff that's going on in your mind can revelate. You see, you hadn't fixed the heart or the mind. You just cleaned up the outside. Put on, boy, got some good muscles. Look, got some good muscles because you've been straight working out. Want to floss for them old girls. Man, you're looking good. All you did was cleaned up the outside. Got in a little shape that you should have been doing a long time ago. Now, once you get in a little shape, it's, see, the same way that you done in that rehab, you got to do in your life with this inside. See, we have to focus on these things that we can see, that we can't see. And that's what gets us all caught up. Because if we focus on these things, damn it, I got to talking too much, y'all. When we start focusing more on all these things that are, damn it. Sorry, y'all. Got caught up a little bit. And about burnt my stuff up. When we start focusing on these things of the inside, and what's really happening is, see, we got to go a lot deeper than where we've been. We got to go a lot deeper than where we what we can even understand. Because going deeper to solve the problem. See, all them rehabs I went to, look, I can clean up the outside. Man, I can clean up the outside real good and everything. But for me, it was this big empty spot on the inside that I couldn't get full. This big empty spot on the inside that was, that all the drugs and all the things that I was going through was getting filled. The lack of this and lack of that, and how I thought I needed to have all this and needed to have all that, and all this other stuff. That's what's going on the inside, and see, didn't have no patience, man. I had a big anger problem, and anger because I was killing myself. Man, I was killing myself. And see, to figure out why I keep going back to that. Man, I can tell you about so much chaos and so much confusion and just craziness. I mean, I couldn't understand why I kept going back to that. Why would I put one in me? Why would I put one in me? Man, and so understanding that is the key to surviving on this, getting off this dope. Is understanding the stuff that's taking place inside of it. And if y'all don't believe that all this is taking on inside of you, then y'all hadn't went through some relapses. They call them relapses. Till you go through some relapses, and understand it, man, there's got to be something else. We got to find something else that's a problem here. Because look, Man, I've done went through all this. I got cleaned up and I've done all this, and I'll be good for 6 months or so, and here I go again. Here I go again. And all it was the devil tricking me. Thinking the devil telling me the whole time, man, you can go back now. Look, you're fixed. You're fixed. Look at you on this side. Go look in the mirror. Look at you. Man, you're fixed. You go back now. You go back now. That's what the devil said. You go back now. Man, you go back. Go back out there. Man, you go get your own place. You go get cleaned up. You're cleaned up. Man, you go get your own place. And, man, you can go back now. That's what the devil wants us to believe. We can go on back. Then we get out there about 6 months down the road. Look. We done slipped up. Girl done left us. We done got mad. We still got the attitude problem. We still got the haters. We're still hating ourselves. We're still hating our life. We're still going through all this stuff. The same thing as when I was getting high. And if I'm going through the same thing while I'm getting high, then look, I can mind F myself to thinking that, look, it's all okay. Look, why not? If I'm still going through all of it, you know, we mind F ourselves about a lot of stuff like that. You know, if I'm still going through it, I got to deal with it, and I'm still, all this stuff's happening to me still, why not go and get high? You know, I'm going through it. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm still living it. Why not get high? See, because that's the concept that we've reached with the devil. See, it's not all right to go get high. It's not all right to do all that stuff. But we've made it okay because that's what we've done all our life. You see, we've made it okay. We've made these thoughts okay. And until you get over these thoughts, that you know, you can say all the prayers you want, and God's going to help you all He can. But until you let go of the things that's really on you, in you, look, all them prayers, I prayed to relieve from this addiction for 40 years. 40 years. You say, that's a long time. I can't do that. Okay, well see, it took me 40 years of training to get to where I understood any of this. Where I understood any of this. It took me all that training. Training. You say, what do you mean by training? Man, that's life. Life. Training from life. Everything, every situation I go through, every rehab I go through, every time I learned more and more and more and more about this. Look, that's training. Because I can tell you can give all that knowledge in the world, but until you go to the one that's going to help you, that's going to remove that, and until you change your heart about all that. See, the devil can keep all them thoughts in your mind that it says it's okay to think like that. It's okay to go get high. It's okay to go get that big old sack and sell that to everybody else. It's okay. The devil keeps that in your mind. It's okay. It's okay to do all that. And see, and we'll go right back to believing Him again. We'll go right back to believing Him again. You see, because everything in life, see, He attacks everything in our life. And look, He's still attacking me right now. He's still attacking me today. He still attacks me every day. And this is why I've took some drastic measures. Because see, all these attacks that the devil keeps on doing, and everything going wrong, and everything because my mind's warped. 40 years of shooting meth. I promise you, my mind's warped on thinking, on the way I think, and what I consider all right. What I can, man, it's warped. It's warped, I promise you. If you've been doing it for 40 years, your mind's warped too. So the devil just, look, he does all this bad stuff, and he causes all these problems, and we call it life, and we call it living, and we call it just I accept it because it's just it seems like it's just that's the way it is. I just accept it and keep going strive, try to grow above all the bad stuff that continues to happen to me. Try to rise above all that. But see, until I get the discernment from the Lord, until I turned everything over to Him. You know, I surrendered last November the 24th, coming up almost a year. I've not done meth since October 23rd, almost over a year. Okay, just a little few days over a year. I reached all this, I guess a milestone for me. After 40 years of doing it, it kind of really is a milestone. And the big thing is putting God, surrendering to Him. See, I had to, and y'all, I wish I could say that, like the 14 rehabs and all this other stuff, coming out clean and sober and all this other stuff from prison and everything else. I wish I could tell you I just got it, but I didn't. I'm hard-headed, foolish, and look, I believe the devil. See, I believed all that shit the devil, excuse my language. I believed all that stuff the devil continues to say to me. I believed all that stuff. And I'll get caught up in my own little feelings, my own little pity feelings about some stupid stuff. And next thing I know, I'll get high. Why do that? Man, why I do that again? But once I get high, I'm going to continue. See, the devil knows, I'll just put one. They say that big thing, once too many, 1,000 not enough. Well, everybody says, yeah, that's a true statement. That's a true statement. Okay, well, why do you end up putting that one back in you then? For me, it was just, you know, some things that you go over when you read all this stuff in the recovery material and all this stuff in the rehab and everything else.